going to put a lime and papaya mask on you. So all of the area where I'm gently sort of stroking is where we have a lot of our major lymph nodes. So your collarbones, down the front of your chest, up the side of your neck and behind your ears, and then just underneath your jaw here as well. And the thing with the lymphatic system is it's just underneath the skin. So a lot of the time hard pressure completely bypasses it. Your lymphatic system likes very, very gentle pressure. Especially if you're at a computer, normally this is so good. Right, we're just going to do a few big belly breaths together to start the facial. So I'm just going to put my hand on your belly, and when you're ready, big breath up and in for me. Amazing. Hold it there and breathe out, letting go of any tension that you're holding in your body. And when you're ready again, big deep breath in for me. Hold it and let go. Really setting the intention for deep relaxation. That's when the best skin healing happens. And final big belly breath in. Hold it. And let go. Right, to begin with, we're just going to use this cleansing balm to do the initial cleanse. So when you're ready, big deep breath in for me. And let go. Really enjoy the smells, the journey of smells that this facial takes you on. Wash that off with a hot towel.
Thank you. It really does smell amazing.
It smells so good, right? Again, big deep breath in for me. And let go. Now I'm just going in with the oil cleanser. The main ingredient in this one is sandalwood. It's so calming and nourishing for the skin. I'm just going to cover your eyes now with some cotton pads. And the smell that you smell is rose and lavender. I'm going to go in now with a supersonic skin spatula, which will just clean all the gunk out of your pores and remove any dead skin for you. But your face does have to be a little bit wet for it, hence how much I'm about to spray you.
Okay. actually feels so relaxing.
Really?
Yeah.
I always have to warn people that I'm not shaving them.
It does feel a bit like
Yeah.
it from the sounds, I think.
The sounds and just like the fact that it's just a bit of a sharp tool.
Does it just like scrape off the skin then?
Yeah, so it just like uses ultrasonic waves to basically shock everything, like all of the sebum that's built up in our pores. Right, I'm just applying lots of oil because we're starting the bulk of the facial now, which is the massage. And I work with the front of your chest here, your neck, the back of your neck, because all these muscles are so deeply connected that if you have tension somewhere like the back of your shoulders, or if you have it at the front of your neck, if the fascia is tight, it will pull on all of the like surrounding muscles. So even just getting a knot out in the back of your shoulders will have a lovely effect on the overall look of your face as well.
I guess does it look more lifted and stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. And especially like when our neck muscle here is tight, it'll pull your whole face down. So loosening it up really does help a lot. But just to start with, I'm activating your lymphatic system. Just being like, hey, lymph nodes, wake up. We've got some lymph being delivered. And the thing with the lymphatic system is it's just underneath the skin. So a lot of the time, hard pressure completely bypasses it. It needs really, really gentle pressure.
So like the opposite of what I would have thought.
Yeah. Well, that's a lot of people, especially when they start using like a gua sha, they're like scraping their face.
That was me when I did
Get rid of this lymph. But you just end up completely bypassing your lymphatic system because you're pressing too hard that you're actually starting to work with the muscles and the much deeper layers of your fascia and things like that. And your lymphatic system likes very, very gentle pressure.
Like I'd heard on tutorials and stuff online before to do it gently, but I thought they were just like, it's like telling you off a bit, like don't go too hard, don't hurt yourself.
Yeah.
I didn't realise it was actually because you would reach the muscles.
No, yeah, years ago when I first started using the gua sha, I would always do it way too hard. Like, I think it's just in natural human behaviour to think the harder you do it, the more it must be working. And then I watched, this was years ago, I watched a tutorial and the woman basically said you have to, if you want to work with your lymphatic system, you have to press really gently. And I was like, I'm going to try it. So I did really, really, really light pressure with my gua sha. And it actually worked so much better. It actually drained the fluid under my eyes and just under my chin and jawline so much better than when I was heavy-handed with it for so long.
It's counterintuitive.
Yeah.
I'll have to try it softly next time.
Try it, definitely try it. So all of the area where I'm gently sort of stroking is where we have a lot of our major lymph nodes. So your collarbones, down the front of your chest, up the side of your neck and behind your ears, and then just underneath your jaw here as well. So hopefully now they're like awake and ready to receive the lymph that we're going to be draining to them. Now I'm really just working with those really small facial muscles. We have one that's just on the corner of our lips that goes all the way down, that pulls the corner of our lips downwards as we age. So it's good to relax that muscle, to lengthen it a little bit. It's okay. I'll just explain.
They're really interesting. You know so much. Like, I guess there's so many muscles in the face, right?
Yeah, there's just in your face and neck. I think there's like about 45, 50 muscles.
Goodness.
Just so many. But I teach face yoga as well.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
It's so, like, I think people don't realise that the same way you can work out the muscles in your body and, like, change the shape of your body, you can do that with your face as well.
Is it like stretches, just like body yoga?
Combination. So it's a combination of facial exercises, which is like you actually use your hands or certain poses as resistance and actually strengthen the muscles. And then there's like facial massage as well to like smooth out any adhesions that are in our fascia, which fundamentally cause any deeper wrinkles and things like that. And then there's like working with our lymphatic system, so it sort of combines all of these things together.
Is the idea then that if you do like a mixture of those sorts of things, is it to stop aging, or is it like to make your face more toned, or?
So not to stop aging. I think aging is something that's like we should never try to stop. Mm-hmm. But I think it's like a lot of how should I say? I think the perception nowadays is that you either like start getting things like Botox and injectables and things like that, or that you just have to accept the way that you age, and like even if your wrinkles are developing a lot deeper than or a lot faster than you thought they would, that it's just like there's nothing that you have in your control to do like that you can do, but like face yoga is such a brilliant way to like take back control over how you age, because it works all those things. So toning is like, yes, because you do loads of exercises to work your cheek muscles, for example, so it like lifts up your mid face, and then you also like work with your deeper like lines and wrinkles. Like my forehead, even though if I still really raise my eyebrows it wrinkles, but compared to maybe 3 or 4 years ago, like face yoga teaches you to get control over your facial muscles, so that instead of freezing them, which whoever wants to do, I'm not anti it, but not everyone has the funds or the time and things like that. But it teaches you to get control over your facial muscles, so that you don't, like, you can act surprised without causing really deep lines in your forehead, for example.
Oh, that's so cool.
And you can squint without forming any lines in your eyes.
That's what I need. When I smile with my eyes.
Same, but that's really pretty as well.
Half of me wants those lines, and then the other half of me is like, it's the only lines I can find on my face so far are like under my eyes.
Yeah.
And I know it must be from when I smile.
Yeah. Which
is so sad though. I'm like, oh, everywhere else I've tried so hard, but I can't not smile with my eyes.
No, and you shouldn't want to stop smiling with your eyes. I think it's so beautiful. But that's what I mean though. It's like that's a great place where face yoga comes in, because the most simple exercises mean that you can retrain that muscle to not pick up as much skin when it sort of bends together. And if you're still laughing so hard, that skin has to go somewhere, so it's not like it will completely stop it. But it really just, it just changes how quickly you'll develop those wrinkles.
That is so cool.
And it's really effective. In my early 20s, I was getting really deep wrinkles around my eyes, and I mean, I guess the right thing is to like not even care about that sort of stuff. But I've always had body dysmorphia when I was young, not anymore. So I'd notice the slightest imperfection on my face. Like my friends would be like, "That's nothing." Like, but look, a wrinkle.
The way other people don't see it.
Yeah. But this is back before when I was sort of working my corporate job. I even started saving and like putting some money aside for Botox. This was like many moons ago. And started actually doing face yoga just because I was like, oh, let's see. Like I'd seen a few things of people saying that it's a really good way to like combat sort of really deep lines and wrinkles from expression, because most of our lines are expression lines, right?
Yeah.
So I started doing it, and honestly, within 3 weeks, I noticed the biggest difference around my eyes. Like, I just was no longer obsessed about it.
That is so good to know. I think I'm always really interested in, like, because I think different things work for different people for, like, their own problems, but, like, I love just giving everything a go to see. Yeah. And I was like that with gua sha, but then clearly I think I did it way too hard. But yeah.
Well, that's the thing. There's not one beauty regime that every single person on this planet is going to love. But if you find the things, like I think I've now found the things that work for me, because I'm really lazy as well, I'm not gonna lie. I can't be spending like half an hour in front of the mirror. So I use my facial cups in bed. I do my face yoga mainly when I'm driving. Well, the ones...
Oh, I see. I thought you meant with your hands there. I was like,
No, not like things like cheek exercises where I have to like hold up.
That must be so funny to see.
Honestly, I see so many people at traffic lights being like, "Is she okay?" I'm just going to turn your head to the side. Comfortable?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Feels like quite a nice stretch, actually. I think my neck is really tight today.
A little bit tight.
Yeah.
You've come to the right place.
When you said there'd be lots of massage, I was so happy. That's what I needed to do. Massage is always my favourite part of a facial.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you found a facial that is only massage.
Perfect.
Yeah, you are tight around the back of your shoulders and your neck.
Always. I think it's where all my tension goes.
Do you get jaw tension?
Yes, a lot.
Really?
Yeah. I've tried the Botox before to help it.
And did it?
I feel like it just moved to a different part of the jaw. Like, I don't feel like it felt that much better.
Well, that's quite interesting actually, because our masseter, which is the muscle on your jaw, is actually like a double layered muscle. It's so big and chunky because it moves all day long, and it has like one big fat layer and then a sheet of fascia and then another big fat layer. And Botox only reaches the layer on the outside and it doesn't reach the inside layer, so sometimes people find that the tension just increases on the lower layer.
That's so interesting. That's exactly what it feels.
Really?
Yes, yeah.
That's why it's like, I find one of the best things you can do is like intraoral or buccal massages.
Yes, yeah, that's what I felt works best.
Yeah, yeah, because the thumb inside your mouth is the one that's like touching that deeper layer, And then the fingers on the outside are getting the tension out of the more superficial layer, and it treats the whole muscle.
That's so interesting. Mystery solved.
There we go.
Everyone says they're just like, oh, get Botox for it.
Yeah.
And it will go away. And I was like, but it's still kind of there.
It's just morphed.
Yeah, I was like, did I do because I don't know what dose it was. I was just trying to get somewhere that I trusted and seemed legit, and I didn't really ask about any of the details, so I didn't understand them.
You're just like, just do it.
Yeah, I was scared as well, but...
Oh, yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, I was like, I can't go through that every few months, just for, like, no difference. But I started worrying it wasn't, like, a strong enough amount, so I'm glad I've learned that, because, like, maybe if I tried it again, I would have just said, hit me with all of your Botox, like, the highest.
Triple it.
Triple it, yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's the worst jaw pain, it's just not nice. Like, I think there's a lot of people out there that probably have it worse than me.
Yeah, I mean, I get quite a lot of clients come in because they want an intraoral because of their jaw pain. And sometimes it's like keeping them up at night, that's how terrible it is.
Yeah, because some people grind their teeth, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I grind my teeth, but I wouldn't know, so.
Well, I had somebody comment on one of my Instagram posts the other day, because I did a post about how to give yourself an intraoral massage, and she said it looks like I've got tongue tie, which is a common cause, because I get a really tight jaw, because I said that in the caption. She said it looks like you get tongue tie, it looks like you have it, so you need to get that little stringy bit underneath your tongue cut.
Wow, what's tongue tie?
It's basically, do you know that stringy bit underneath your tongue?
Yeah.
It's when that's too tight, I think.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I didn't look massively into it.
I've never heard of that.
But then again, I have had many strangers on the internet diagnose me with
I can certainly agree with you on that.
Many things.
I supposedly have many things.
So that's just... somebody else told me it's because I have parasites. So.
Oh, yeah, that's always one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's helpful though, because people are trying to say it with, like, out of, like, best interest.
Oh, 100%. I'm never offended.
Yeah, and you learn a new thing that you might not have and probably don't have, but you learn about it.
No, I mean, when she commented about the tongue tie, I was like, because I've always had a bit of a cheeky suspicion that I have tongue tie, because my tongue just doesn't reach very far out. So I always thought, oh, I think I do have tongue tie. So I actually felt quite good when I saw the comment, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, I could tell.
Yeah. Apparently it's quite common. So this massage move is called skin rolling, and it's really good for smoothing out adhesions in your fascia. So a lot of people think that things like wrinkles and stuff like that are all like skin issues, and they are for sure, they're connected to the skin, but a lot of the time the wrinkle starts in the fascia, which is our big connective web that basically links everything together in our whole body. And a lot of the time first that gets tight, and then when that's tight it pulls our skin to then make our skin permanently wrinkled as well. So that's why things like massage and things like facial cupping, which I recommend to everybody, are so powerful, because it just doesn't give that fascia a chance to get tight.
Is that like recommended to do daily or?
About 5 times a week.
Okay.
But I literally do it in bed.
I was going to say, I'm so lazy.
Yeah, it's like after the first week when you've got the hang of it in front of a mirror, I just wash my face, put some facial oil on my face, and then just nightlight on in bed. It feels so good. It helps with jaw as well. It releases the tension from the outer part of that muscle. and your skin goes into healing mode at night, so it just supports that even further by like bringing up all of the, like, everything up to the surface as well.
I mean, my left side of my face is already feeling so much lighter.
Really?
Yeah, compared to...
Just wait until I get to the part where I'm really like lifting the muscles, because people always find it so funny. They're like, why is the other side so droopy?
Just have one half of the face like really lifted.
This massage move here is so good for stretching your eye muscle. It's called your bicularis oculi, and it's a big flat round muscle, but it permanently connects to your face on a little tendon that's in here. So all around here, where I'm stretching and where we get the wrinkles and things like that, that's just where it's used to pulling the skin when it moves, and it's not permanent. You can readjust that, you can smooth that out. Now I'm going to start really the sculpting and lifting part of the massage.
Is this like sculpting the cheekbones? I can't find mine, so that's helpful.
I mean, you've got lovely plump cheeks, so...
That's what I don't like. They're just like all fatty and then there's no definition.
Stop. So you always see, like, when somebody else looks at you, it's never what you see when you look in the mirror, because I'd kill for these lovely cheeks. They're so good. And whenever I get clients that complain about having bigger cheeks, it's just like, a lot of the time it means that you'll age better, because it will get less sort of like saggy and droopy. So
Really?
yeah, you'd rather have a little bit of like chub in your cheeks.
I thought about trying to get like, I think with things like hyphu and stuff, you can try and lift it and it like squeezes that fat.
No, don't do it. No.
honestly the coolest feeling ever. I've never felt something like that before.
Really?
I can feel my jaw pain melting, which is
Really?
like really random because I feel like you're doing it slightly above the jaw. But
Wow.
like it feels like the tension's going away.
That's amazing. I feel like, I mean, it's not too far from the jaw, so it's definitely getting part of that. That's shaky.
It feels so nice.
I have to say this part is a client favourite every time.
It's so cool. I don't know how you move your hands like that.
How's one side feeling compared to the other?
It feels so nice on the left.
Really?
Even when I smile, I can feel the left is more lifted. It's so weird. Yeah, the right side just feels really droopy now. But like...
You good here?
Yeah, it feels so tight now compared to the other side. I'm trying to lean it down, it's so tight. Oh.
You okay here?
Yeah.
Yeah? Let me know if it's uncomfortable or anything.
I think it's a good stretch for my shoulders.
Yeah.
It does feel a bit like a yoga stretch. Oh god, this side feels so much tighter.
Really?
But I don't know if that's because you did the other, like, because of the contrast, or
if it's just a tighter side. I mean, it does feel like you've got more knots on this side, I have to say.
I guess I'm right-handed, so...
Yeah, you probably do all your carrying on this side.
Yeah.
Is that pressure okay?
Yeah, it's lovely. Feels like it's getting rid of the pain. It's nice.
We'll really work away that tension.
It's like my head's gonna feel like it's floating by the end of this. Once all those knots are gone.
You're gonna be so free.
Free from the pain. Yes, it's honestly so much fun. Like, I've never found a facial that's like so much like stretching and lifting like this.
Yeah, it's a bit unique.
Yeah, I think the closest thing I've had is I had like a Japanese like facial lifting treatment.
Okay.
Which I think had like similar sort of the kind of like ones where you're like not hitting the muscles, I don't know what you call it.
Strumming
the muscles.
And did you enjoy that one?
That was also my favourite. So
Really?
That's why I'm so happy right now.
Okay, you clearly like a bit of massage.
I love massage, especially when it's like getting rid of like all that like it is like that lifting effect. I always just hope it comes across as much on camera, like how good it feels.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm having to like report, like maybe one day they'll invent like you can actually like feel what it looks like.
Oh,
by camera, I don't know.
2070 stuff. Okay, it's already got things down there.
That's nice.
That's a big knot. I haven't heard it. Yeah, this side is definitely tighter.
It feels so good. It's like getting rid of like weeks of tension. I have been sat at a desk all day, which probably doesn't help.
Oh, yeah. The worst for the back of your shoulders.
Yeah, that corporate
Hunched
life.
over, yeah. Yeah, my back used to hurt more when I was sat at a desk than it does like now that I'm doing this, which says a lot about sitting at a desk.
Is it because you're more like active with this, do you think, or?
Yeah, I guess so. And when I was sat at a desk, I'd be there for like hours sometimes, just without moving. And obviously with the worst posture ever.
Yeah, that's me. often would you say you need to get like a massage like this if you wanted the results to last?
Well,
sorry, tough question.
No, I mean, to my clients, I say once a month is amazing. Like, if finances allow it and timing allows it, once a month is great, and you will see results. Like, I've had, like, my regular clients, their faces look so different compared to the first time. But if you have, like, the money and the time, and you can come once every fortnight, then that will just mean you're, like, so snatched and lifted all the time. But, like, once a fortnight is a bit of a big ask, I guess, for people to come in a bit too much. But I wouldn't recommend more than once a fortnight, because it's quite an intensive massage, and your skin doesn't need it more than that, I'd say.
I guess it's where people's priorities are.
Yeah.
If they want to do it that much, or monthly, or...
Monthly, I feel like, is... My regulars come once a month. But a lot of the time, the people that keep coming over and over again, it's less... Like they say, it's just an added lift. It's an added bonus that their face is, like, so lifted and sculpting, because they come purely for the relaxation.
Yeah, I guess when you get both as well, like, 'cause it's the facial and the kind of neck area and shoulders massage. Like, it's much easier to validate the cost, because you're like, oh, I'm getting 2 in 1.
Yeah.
I wonder if the, like, increased circulation's good for acne as well. Because I have quite recently, it's got a lot better recently, but, like, I've always had quite bad spots and stuff. But I've heard that facial massage can help, like, with the clearing the lymph nodes and stuff. It can help with, like, congestion as well.
Well, yeah, it will take away any sort of stagnant lymph surface and move it away. But it depends. I always find... I mean, I've got quite a few clients that have acne. And I do try to tell them to reschedule their appointments if it's really sort of, like, flaring up or very sensitive to touch.
Yeah.
Because then I just think it's no good. Like, I think our body speaks to us in so many signs. So if something's painful to touch, it's telling you, don't touch me.
Yeah.
So,
oh, that's an interesting approach to it, yeah.
Yeah, and if something feels really good, it's telling you, do more of that. And, like, I think our body speaks to us in very subtle ways. So, like, going over any sort of acne that's really inflamed or sensitive to touch and just trying to, like, fight through it will never really do much good, I think. But I'm going to put you on the blue light of the LED mask, because it's best for acne-causing bacteria.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's a lot better recently. It used to be quite inflamed.
I mean, it's really, really nothing at all right now.
Oh, how many years I've wanted to hear something like that.
Really? Well, it's not. A few little tiny chinny chin spots, and that's it.
I feel like because it becomes like a part of your identity, right? And like the feeling just remains.
Really?
So no matter how much I get rid of it, I
just there.
Tell people, I'm like, yeah, I have acne, and they're like, are you sure? And
You
I'm like,
don't.
what? It's gone? Such a weird feeling. But yeah, it used to be really bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
For a long time?
Yeah. I feel like it was a big motivation of it's kind of starting this sort of channel where it was like trying to find ways of improving it. But I did a lot of things like microneedling to try and get rid of the scars. But mainly it was like eating better that got rid of it.
Oh.
Yeah, also I think it was because it was worst at university.
At university, yeah.
And I was eating poorly and drinking a lot of alcohol.
Yeah.
So I feel like I found the link there.
Yeah. Well, I could talk for days about how, because I mean, the name of my business is Holistic Skin Clinic, and sometimes I think that the definition of holistic gets lost in how often it's used and how saturated it is.
Yeah, that is true.
But like, for me, what holistic means is that like you can't have healthy skin without addressing all of it. Like, when I say it's like the obvious stuff, like movement and food and things like that, but then it's the more subtle stuff of like our energetic beings and your emotions on a daily basis, and like if you're waking up every day and feeling dread, that's going to translate onto your skin.
Definitely. I agree so much with that. Like, so much education, at least what I knew about skin and like acne when I had it at the worst.
Yeah.
It was just kind of like, use this cream and it will be good, or go on the pill.
Don't get me started. Like the skincare or the beauty industry in general. I mean, I'm a part of it, but the beauty industry and the like, especially the skincare industry, is so just the definition of consumerism. It's like, here's a product, here's a product, here's a product, here's a product. You need it, you need it. This is going to add hydration. This is going to do this. And like at the moment, I use one product on my skin, and it's just like 100% botanical facial oil. I use it to cleanse and to moisturize my skin, and like it's definitely the healthiest it's been.
Yeah, sometimes less is more.
100%. I mean, people are just like, I see so many of my clients that have like, they really think they're taking such good care of their skin because they have like a 5 or 6 step skincare routine. And like, if you look closely at their skin barrier is so impaired. It's like, it's just, your skin wants a break a lot of the time.
It's hard because it's like good intentions.
Yeah.
And then it can do the opposite, but.
And then you don't know what it is because you're like, okay, but skincare wise, I'm doing everything, so it can't be that.
Yeah, I found when I started, I'm quite lucky that I'm lazy, but when I did start doing less, it got a lot better. Because at one point I tried to do the like Korean 10-step skincare routine.
It's too tough.
And yeah, it didn't really work for me.
No.
My skin was so red.
Really, yeah, it's just so inflamed. I always say though, like, we treat our skin like it's a bit of leather that we've just sewed onto our bodies, but it's like, it's alive. Like, it's alive. It's growing from the inside out. So, firstly, what it's growing from on the inside is very important. And secondly, the fact that it's alive means it's a part of nature. In my eyes, anyway. Not everyone may think about it like this, but the fact that it's living and alive means that it's a part of nature. And I think there's something ridiculous, like between 30 and 50 trillion microorganisms living in and on our body. So clearly there's life on it as well. And like, what part of nature responds well to just spraying it with chemicals so many times a day? It doesn't.
That's so true.
Like, the parts of nature that are the most beautiful are completely untouched by man-made chemicals. Like the rainforest, like, that's so crisp and so beautiful, and our skin is just as much a part of nature as those rainforests.
Mhm. Yeah, I guess there's good and bad bacteria on the skin as well. Like you don't wanna kill off all the good ones.
But like people don't realise that the good bacteria on our skin is like essential for healthy skin. It's so important to have it there. And when the good bacteria is healthy, it keeps the bad bacteria at bay. Like it has its own job there.
I guess it's quite similar to the gut.
Yeah. Very similar. And the bacteria on your, like all of the microbiomes on your face and the ones on your gut are very closely connected as well. Because if you're eating badly and making a bad environment for bacteria in your gut, it does the exact same thing in your skin. There's an axis between your skin and your gut.
I did not know that. That's fascinating. I love reading like books on the microbiome for some reason. I find it so interesting.
It's so interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, because I think, like, I don't know, just a general interest in skincare I've always had, and then the acne, and then realising the better diet was helping get rid of it. I've ended up looking into so much literature on, like, skin and the microbiome and stuff, and how not to feed the bad bacteria. And the most interesting thing I read was that if you're eating the fast foods and stuff that promote the bad bacteria, you're going to crave more of that bad food because that bacteria is craving it.
Wow.
I thought that was so interesting.
Crazy, right?
Yeah, but that means like if you're super healthy, you must crave super healthy stuff. So I feel like I need to reach that point in life.
Oh, don't we all, girl? Even when I'm super healthy, sometimes I just want stodge.
Yeah, I feel like when I'm super healthy, that's exactly when I start craving bad food.
But I've started to, with food, I think I've had to, like, distinguish in my head. Right now I'm eating for my taste buds, and right now I'm eating for fuel. And I think since making that distinction, like, for me, I don't have the time to make every single meal, like, absolutely the most scrumptious thing ever.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like, I'm just having sardines on bread with the tomato and a cucumber, you know, like, because I'm in a rush. And I used to want to make every single meal, like, to fulfill a craving, whereas now I'm a lot more like, this meal is for fuel. Stop being fussy, eat it. And then when I'm eating for taste buds, then I don't hold back, because I'm eating for taste buds.
Well, that's a cool approach.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll work for everybody, but...
I was going to say, I don't know if I could do it. I'm so fussy with food.
Really?
Like, not fussy as in, like, I will eat everything, but I will eat everything that tastes good.
Yeah. I mean, I won't eat things that taste bad, but, like, I'm okay with things being a bit boring, you know? Like, not... Like I said, like, literally just a protein, a carb, and a tomato and a cucumber from my garden, and just, that's it.
Well, the two sides are starting to feel equal now, though.
Yeah. Lifted both sides.
Yeah. Makes you forget what it was like before. It's like, how did I
go around being
Yeah.
so droopy?
Do some people fall asleep?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Oh, 100%. Like, when the twitching and the snoring starts, I know they've gone.
I can never imagine that, though, because I get so talky during facials, because I just want to know, like, everything. Like, I find it all so interesting.
Okay. But I guess you're quite passionate about skin in general, so you're like, tell me.
I love it.
But some people just come, just have a quick nap, especially my mama clients.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Like, with toddlers at home.
Oh, actually, yeah, because this is their, like, calm, quiet time.
Yeah, for sure. They just, like, lie down on the bed. I haven't even touched them yet, and they're like...
My neck's had such a nice stretch as well.
You enjoy it.
Maybe I'm getting sleepy. Yeah, my face feels really small. I just think 'cause it's so lifted, it's like, it feels like something's missing.
Like, where is it? That's not my
Yeah.
face. Relax your smile for me. Yep. I'm just going to put a lime and papaya mask on you. And this is when you get your scalp massage and your hand massage.
Hand? Oh, I've never had a hand massage before.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, feel free to opt out. Not mandatory.
I mean, I don't even know what it feels like. Didn't even know my hand could be tense.
Does it feel good?
It feels so good.
Especially if you're at a computer. Normally this is so good.
I guess typing all day.